counting down the top 10 under-23 skaters in the NHL today. Considering Connor Bedard's profile and the intense pressure to which he's been subjected since entering the league, it's easy to forget he's the second youngest player in the NHL. That gives him plenty of runway to become the elite player he was drafted to be in 2023. On some nights, it all comes together, masterfully controlling the game with elite vision, a world-class shot, and surprising robustness. And he looks like the league's next big superstar. Despite not having the support to leverage his skill every night, he's worked on tightening up the details of his game. We're confident that, on any other NHL team, there would be no doubt about Bedard's status among the league's elite. That's why he's ranked number 1. The next step will be improving his explosiveness and puck protection skills.
Connor Bedard downhill with a shot, he scores! There it is! Power play goal and 100 points in the young career of Connor Bedard.
It would be underselling things to describe Macklin Celebrini's jump from the NCAA to the NHL as an 18-year-old as smooth. Immediately one of the most dynamic players in the league, he's visible all over the ice and impacts the game with and without the puck at a level that few veterans can match. He carries the puck up ice with the confidence of a superstar, generating end-to-end rushes while constantly scanning the ice and keeping opposing defensemen guessing. Oh, and don't forget his already elite defensive stick and limitless motor that has him constantly disrupting plays and winning pucks. His game is by no means a finished product, but the upside here is a modern-day Sergei Fedorov.
What's the 18-year-old got up his sleeve? Macklin Celebrini. And he beats Wall.
One of the smoothest skilled players in the NHL, Tim Stützle has developed a well-rounded game based on puck control, quick and agile skating, and game-breaking passing ability over the course of his 5 seasons with the Senators. His excellent hands are equally useful at stripping opponents of the puck and pushing play in the other direction. His production has been strong, but to reach the next level, he needs to be more of a scoring threat himself and resist the urge to overthink things in the offensive zone, run out of real estate, or force pucks to the point. But when it comes to dynamic play, only a handful of NHLers can compete.
And he gave it away, bouncing puck, Stützle, nice move! Stützle moving to the net, driving, Stützle makes a play, and they score! It ends up in the net! The Ottawa Senators win in overtime!
The crown jewel of the Red Wings rebuild, Raymond has improved his game every year and is on track to achieve his first point-per-game season, leading the team in scoring for the second time. He's one of the flashier young players in the league, always moving his feet and dancing with the puck, looking off defenders and delivering no-look passes across the ice to open line mates. His shot is also a weapon. His increased aptitude as a defensive player has made him a trusted matchup player against top lines and lead defenders in crunch time. While he hasn't had the chance to show it off in the playoffs, he has a flair for big moments and can be reasonably expected to be a difference maker in the postseason when the time comes.
Knocked aside by Kemper, Larkin and Raymond. Larkin in front, chance there, Casper Raymond scores! Lucas Raymond gets it right back!
Jake Sanderson has become a true number 1 defenseman, playing over 24 minutes a night, including both special teams. And while his production doesn't put him in any Norris conversations, he's indeed one of the strongest play drivers in the league. While he's fallen victim to pure dumb on-ice percentage luck this season, his impact at 5-on-5 is basically unassailable. In his own zone and in transition, Sanderson combines quantity and quality like few others, shouldering a massive workload as a puck retriever and disruptor in his own end, turning loose puck recoveries into clean, successful zone exit at a pristine rate. This skill set made him a justifiable and valuable addition to Team USA at the Four Nations faceoff. The only thing missing is that extra gear in the offensive zone and the production that comes with it.
Stützle to the bench, here's a chance, Sanderson outside, they score!
We know that Ivan Demidov isn't actually a center at the moment, but the idea of him switching positions has been floating around the media landscape. It's one we believe has merit. The Montreal Canadiens desperately need another top 6 center to compete for the playoffs. One of the best stick handlers in the world, Demidov has many of the elements required to fill such a position. He's at his best when he's driving the middle and multiple options and the choices to fake, dangle, or pass. He supports teammates well in the defensive zone, engaging attackers and providing breakout outlets at the right time. And his shutdown game has improved since last year. Even if Demidov doesn't make the transition, we anticipate he will become Montreal's best attacker in his prime and reach the 100-point plateau. Seth Jarvis's combination of finesse, skill, and gritty hard work as a driven winger down the probable path from undersized 13th overall pick to best-on-best team candidate contributor in less than 5 years. Even more impressive, given his 5'10" frame, is that his role on the squad was as a forechecking two-way player. He's found tremendous success within the structure of the supposedly constrictive Hurricane system, adding a dynamic rushing element to the team's forward group while fully buying into their grinding, puck-chasing, and maximum pressure defensive game. Carolina matches him up against the other team's best lines for a reason. On the same shift, Jarvis will fearlessly fly into the corners, and the net front while absorbing contact from much bigger opponents, break up plays in his own zone, and execute slick backhand passes across the slot off the rush. Elite finishing isn't his hallmark, but that scarcely matters because he creates so much in tight.
Leads to a 2-on-1. Stalls across. Jarvis scores! The captain sets him up and Seth Jarvis knocks it down.
The story with Adam Fantilli is more about potential than present contributions. He's got superb tools, some of the fastest straight line speed in the game, solid size, a great motor, and the ability to take over a shift. The actual results so far in the NHL, a bit iffier. No doubt he shows off that third overall pick toolkit, winning battles for pucks in his own end, weaving through the neutral zone with speed, and generating rush shots from the wing. But despite the solid production rates, things look a little sketchier under the hood as he's not creating enough scoring opportunities for himself or his line mates. The good news? His scoring efficiency looks terrific, beating goalies in transition and from the high slot, and he shows flashes of what we can still expect to be a number one center.
Backed up by Robertson, tried to drop to the point, but it didn't reach there, and Provorov up ahead. Here comes Fantilli, scores! Adam Fantilli, it's a short-handed goal.
One of the best playmakers in the NHL already, Matvei Michkov fakes defenders, attracts them, and drops the puck to teammates in space, creating beautiful exchanges and scoring chances. And he's just as threatening of a shooter due to his ability to spot vulnerabilities in the goalie's coverage and exploit them. His defensive game has significantly improved since the start of the season. That being said, he remains at his best when allowed to follow his elite offensive instincts. In his prime, he could break the point-per-game mark and become one of the best offensive drivers in the league.
Philly, though, making a change. They've got some fresh legs on the ice here. Here's a counter. Scores! Oh, what a backhand that was.
Turning elite talent into elite players has been a struggle for the Anaheim Ducks, and Leo Carlsson's sophomore slump is yet another example of the difficulty of developing a future star. His ice time's been cut by over 2 minutes per game, he's creating less, and his production would have faltered even more if it weren't for an 18% shooting efficiency. But back up and take the longer view, and there's little reason to be concerned about the 2023 second overall pick. Despite his 6'3", 203-pound frame, he's very much a skilled finesse player, using his frame more to protect pucks and get to the net, rather than engage physically or win faceoffs. His skating isn't his greatest strength, but his feet take him where he needs to go in transition, and his puck management and defensive stick make him an already positive two-way contributor.
Finds Terry in the slot, hands it off one more time, Dumoulin kicked out, fat rebound, and Carlsson scores! Leo Carlsson wins it in overtime! Karma.
To read more on the top 100 U23 skaters, head over to Elite Prospects today. Take a look at the full article. You won't be disappointed.